Hi everyone. No makeup on, nothing's done to my face. I've just come from the gym. It is all okay. Sometimes I just like to show my true authentic self. Anyway, I've come to do this video because there is big upheaval about Kanye West and what he's done to connect with Mr. Donald Trump. Now, I don't know the full story of Donald Trump, and to be fair, I never looked into it. All I heard was he was being racist, and I saw a few images of a few things, and I didn't really look into it myself, if this man was truly being racist or not, because I never really heard anything come out of his mouth, because I didn't follow his journey. I just cut off from politics. I cut off from it. I've been cut off from it all my life. I just don't find it interesting. I find that government people are very, very negative, and I truly believe that they put people down on purpose to keep the majority down, and the majority are not wise enough to see through this illusion that that's what their gimmick is, and that's what the government plan is, to put pressure on people so they feel down and depressed, so they can get people into their system. Yeah? And so this is what Donald Trump has done. That's what I was led to believe, that he had done this in order to pull down, I don't know, it looked like he was trying to pull down every single person, all colours, because it gets into everybody's head. It don't just get into black people's head, it gets into all colours, because everybody has to hear the story. Everybody has to hear it. It's not just white people are superior to black people. They're still putting hate inside of themselves by being hateful to another, because before it gets to another, the energy goes inside of themselves first. And this is understanding that people just don't get it, because this is information that has been held back, and they call it today the law of attraction. Now, I've been studying the law of attraction for the last 20 years, so I understand it. It's not easy to follow it, because I have had situations where people have put me down. I've been put down since I was born. My mum abused me severely, so I don't know anything about anyone being kind, no matter what colour they are. It's got nothing to do with colour. We've got a lot of people that generally are just negative in their mindset, because it's all been trained, it's all been taught. There's so many different groups out there. There is so much separation out there. There's separation of colour, there is separation of religion, there is separation of groups. If you don't belong to a certain group, then you're not right. So there is too much going on. Right? If you don't belong to a certain organisation, if you're not a rapper, you can't get involved. If you're not a singer, you can't get involved. If you're not a computer person, you can't be in my group. It just goes on and on. If you're not a doctor, you can't hang out with me. If you're not, it's just getting to the point where it's getting too confusing. Yes? So basically, I saw it as, because this is about what has happened with Kanye West, it's confusion. Why people have mental illness, for one, is because they are subjected to just believe in every single thing that is on this earth. That's an impossibility. Nobody can believe in every single thing that's on this earth, and not every single person can agree with everything that's on this earth. But at the same time, we need to have peace inside of us. Yes, so that is a very difficult task. So what basically Kanye West is saying is he needs to love everybody. And in order for this racism, whatever's happened, to stop, because it's getting out of hand now, because every little thing we're hearing now in the media is people are attacking each other. Now we're going to coffee shops and people are attacking, they say, black people in the coffee shop and throwing them out and what have you. I feel like I'm back in is it the 50s or the 60s, Martin Luther days, and the Malcolm X days. That's how I feel. I don't want to live in this time anymore. I want to move forward. Like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King tried to push us forward. Why let anyone try and pull us backwards? Why would we let that happen? Why would we black people let that happen to themselves? It's like it's been so bliss to have some peace without all of the turmoil and all of the... Yes, I heard it now and again about someone being racist, and I do believe black people need time to heal, and I do believe that, you know, people need to stop like putting us down, because it's been going on for so many centuries. But I do believe that Kanye West was just trying to show black people that he does like black people, because if he didn't like black people, he wouldn't allow Kanye West to be sitting down there next to him. And I think that's what Kanye West was trying to do. I don't think Kanye West was trying to say, oh, I'm in with Donald Trump, because I don't see how it would have benefited him. Like he said, this is something that could affect his career. This is something that could ruin him. I really just think he was just trying to show the people, hey, look, he does like black people. He was just trying to maybe weaken us in order to keep us down, in order to keep, like he said, a prison in our mind. He did not try to deny all those things. He was very fair. If you really sit down and listen to his interviews, you will see that he was really trying to show people of colour, please just settle down. Don't be fed into all the lies. Don't be fed into what the media is trying to say, because all it's going to do is send you backwards. You're going to end up hating yourself. You're going to end up hating white people, and you're going to end up fighting, and then you're going to end up hurting yourself. But these are a lot of concepts that a hell of a lot of people are not going to understand. So it's something that you have to really, you have to read loads and loads of books. I've read books over 20 years, so I can't explain everything in like a 15-minute video, because that's all I've got on here, just to train for to talk for 15 minutes, and he can't teach you in an hour either. Basically, he just tried to give as much information as he could, and he didn't have to do it. He could have let everybody keep fighting. He could have let everybody keep attacking and putting dislike within themselves, and it's going to take a bit of time for people to understand what he actually done. But he actually done everybody a favour, and I know for a fact it's going to settle this racism or whatever people are talking about down. It's not, it won't continue. He's very advanced. He knows a lot, and he's not in a lot of people's mindset, yeah. And he did explain himself very thoroughly. I listened to him. I've not been a Kanye West. I'm not saying that I don't like him, but I've never really listened to his music. But this time round, he really woke me up as well, because I was upset with hearing all the time about Donald Trump, because I was like, I can't believe it. Donald Trump's a businessman, and before he became a prime minister, Donald Trump was fine, and why all of a sudden he's become prime minister and he's just turned? What is this about? Something didn't seem right. None of this seemed right, and there's obviously other truths to this then that I don't really want to look into, because it does my head in. It makes my head, it makes my head hurt, because it's far too confusing. But it is all to keep the people down, to keep the masses down. Yeah? They need to keep the masses down in order then for them to feel good about themselves, because they've got a low self-esteem, as far as I'm concerned. And that's all it is, because people that put people down is because they have a low self-esteem, and they need love, and they need to build their confidence up, because no one should be putting anybody down, especially leaders. Leaders are supposed to be there in a position to put love in their country, for their country to flourish. Yeah? And once love is in the people, there won't be no fighting, there won't be no wars, and there won't be no one hurting one another, and we can eventually live in paradise. But these are concepts people find hard to take in, because every day they say they're going through a struggle, because in their community there's someone maybe getting shot, okay, or there may be somebody that's been hurt, or there might be a bereavement. Yes, we all got problems, we all go through problems. I'm not saying that none of us have any kind of issues around that. And you can see that Kanye West has been through some issue, and then people said he's a multi-millionaire, he's this, he's that. Kanye West came from nothing. The man had nothing, and now he's where he is today. So no one can't really tell him anything about himself. He's lived in poverty, and now he's living in richness, and now he's still trying to help people, but people are not appreciating him because they're in a certain mindset. They might be going through dramas and traumas themselves. I've been through many, and one day I would love to write a book about what I've been through. Yes, I've had many breakdowns because of stress, and due to criticism, and due to people feeling they don't want to hear the word love, and they always want to keep fighting. When are we going to stop fighting? When are we going to start seeing that love is the only answer in order for us to have peace? Why every day do you want to wake up feeling like crap? Why every day do you want to wake up having turmoil in your head? Because this is what's been happening to me every day with this government. Every time I put on Facebook, I'm having to see something about this Trump. You're promoting him anyway. Even negative or positive press, you're promoting that man, yeah? And he knows it. They know. They're very intelligent people. They know exactly what they're doing. Regardless, do you think that man's waking up every day hearing anything negative in his head? No. He's got his representation that put love on him every single day. So he doesn't have to hear anything negative. But he knows he's got these people out there promoting his name, whether it's negative or positive. He doesn't care. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, people have to start waking up to see he don't care about anyone. All he cares about is that he's on top. So I care about the people. Kanye West cares about the people. He went to Donald Trump, I believe, to put love on Donald Trump, to basically to say, I like you, please, I'm a man of colour, please just like us now, because it's creating too much turmoil, okay? And it so goes for the same of all colours, yeah? Because those that are being racist, the white people, the racist one, he's hurting them as well. Yeah, he's hurting them as well, and they don't realise that they're hurting themselves, because they're putting negative energy inside of themselves. Yeah, because they've been trained to hate another colour. They've been trained to do these things, and then they're hurting themselves, and they're putting negative energy in themselves, and it can cause all likes of cancer, all manner of diseases it can put inside that energy. When you're putting bad energy inside of yourself, you are creating a very bad health for yourself. So at the end of the day, we have to choose whether we want to love ourselves or dislike ourselves, because I can't see the point of this continuously carrying on, because races have been separated to cause division, to cause fighting, to keep us down, so we don't receive what is rightfully ours on this earth. And we're all supposed to be living in health, wealth, abundance and peace, just like Kanye West. But if we can't seem to find any form of love for one another, well, the majority will always be feeling hurt and lost, and whatever else turmoil comes with not liking one another. It's just not worth it. So I get Kanye West, I get what he's saying, and there's a lot more to what he's saying, but I'm not going to go into it, because there's so much I could really say as well, and I will say more things as I go along on my own journey, because I've not spoken like this